Good morning, G-Dub campers. I hope you can see me. I'm here somewhere in the darkness. So today is a very, very special day. Today is the day that we go on another road trip. And this road trip is to Austops, who are up in just outside of Leeds, so a place near Selby. From where I live down in Kent, it's a 3.5, 4 hour drive. The time is 4:05 in the morning. I've been up since 3:30, and I've got quite a long journey. I've got to get some fuel because I didn't fill up last night. And then I want to stop off and have some breakfast. So I'm outside the services in Peterborough. It is chilly and windy. I am about an hour and 40 minutes away from Selby. It's just gone 10 to 7. You can see the sun right behind me. Woo! Right behind my head there. It should move in a minute. So I stopped off for breakfast. I was going to do my recording of a little break in the services. To be honest, there was a load of builders in there and I looked a bit weird. I know I look weird anyway, but I looked a bit weird with the camera on the table eating my McDonald's, talking to myself. I think they thought I was some sort of reality TV star or something like that. I didn't do it, so I'm doing it now. Sorry for the strobing effect behind me just there. If you've got epilepsy, you might want to just fast forward about 2 minutes and miss this bit. Right, so I thought I'd just do a bit of a heads up for you whilst I'm on the way to go and visit the guys in Austops. I've got a bit of time to kill. How did I end up booking in with Austops? Some of you might remember I'd actually booked in with another company. Just after I'd booked it in, I had about 3 or 4 months to wait. So I had a problem with the van. The calipers needed doing, the clutch went, the intercooler at the front was leaking. I got all the timing belt done and stuff like that. Mega money. And so I had to press pause and cancel it. And I tapped up a couple of companies before I'd booked in with them, and another company had come back to me, which was Austops. But they came back to me sort of with a price after I'd booked in with this other company. And so when I come to getting the job done again, I thought, well, I'll contact Austops, see if they're up for doing it. The first question, if you're thinking of getting a pop-top roof, how much are you going to use it and what are you going to use it for? For me, predominantly, I want to be able to have the roof up when I'm doing things like cooking and stuff. Plus, I've got 3 kids, plus my wife as well, and we've got a dog. So it'd be handy to have a roof up the top, just so like one of the kids, maybe our daughter who's as small as she can sleep up there, me and my wife or the boys in here, and then, you know, another couple of us in the tent. That's just really cool. But in reality, I'm probably not going to use it much more than, say, 5 times in a year, like consistently, maybe for a few days at a time. I'm probably only going to keep it for a couple of years. Then if I'm spending 5 grand, if I'm using it 10 times over 2 years, you're talking like 500 quid a pop just to use a roof. So basically, you need to know, like, although it's nice to have the best, if you've got money to burn, great, go and spend 5, 6, 7 grand, you won't have to worry about it. For me, I wanted to get like a good roof with a company with a great reputation who also have shown a consistent degree of service for an amount of time. Like, I don't want to go and get anything done on my van or even on my house or anywhere with someone that turns up and, you know, a bit like the guys who knock on your door. Hello mate, I'll do your driveway for it. It'll be £200. You know, and you pay 200 quid, the guy vanishes, you don't know where he is, and he's left you like with a building site. Now loads of people get stung with stuff like that. I want to go somewhere where they've got a reputation, that I know I can trust them. If I have any problems, they're going to sort it out for me. And you have to pay for that. But I don't want to pay over and above what I need. Like, I don't need like the Lexus of roofs. I just need something that's useful, functional, well made, got a guarantee. And if I have any problems with it, I can pop back up here and they'll fix it. I'm not expecting any problems at all. But if I hit some, I want to know that it's going to get sorted out without me having to like blow a blood vessel just to get them to sort stuff out. So we're on the way there. I should get there around about 8:30. They want me there at 9, so I've got time to stop off and have another coffee, which will be lovely. I'm going to go now because the weather's a bit changeable and I should be driving. Hi guys, so the time is 8:55. They wanted me here for 9 o'clock. I've arrived at Austops. I'm in their car park. Just behind me, this is the big sort of farmhouse, the barn. We'll have a little look in there in a minute at what they're doing. They manufacture their own roofs as well. But this van here is their business one. And so what we'll do, we're just going to have a quick look. I'm not going to pop the pop top up because you can see behind me it's all raining, so we don't want to get the roof up. But I've asked if I can do a quick little video. And so just to show you, this is basically what my van is going to look like. So you can see at the front, they've got like this lovely trim that goes around the cab. And then there's this bit around the edge just here. I'm going to have very similar to this, so I'm going to have the board. It's got like pneumatic struts that lift up to make a bed, and then basically there's this this edging that goes all the way around the side, like the metal framework. Up here is all the bellows of the roof. We'll have a good look at actually what the roof looks like once I get my one. Obviously I'll be collecting that tomorrow. But yeah, it looks really, really cool, really smart looking from the outside. Just looking at the profile, like it's not too high up. So we'll just venture into the barn. The rain's picking up, lovely, messed my hair up. I've got my G-dub top on underneath here, but I'm not getting out because it's cold up here, up in Leeds. So behind me, this is Austops. They're based here on this farm. They've got one of the barns at the back end of the farm. Really big barn, loads of space to work. They actually manufacture the roofs themselves. Primarily their business isn't the installation, but actually they've got like a fitting network of people that buy the roofs and install them. But they also do installations as well. I thought if I'm getting one, I'd like the company that manufactures it to install it as well. Sounds like a good thing. It's worth the drive. It's only a couple of days out. So this is the warehouse for Austops. As you can see behind me, they've got lots of different kit everywhere. There's a team of guys just behind me. They actually manufacture the fiberglass tops here, all the framework and everything. You can see the guys just behind me are working on that. There's loads of racking in here. It's quite a big workshop. You can see my van just behind me. Loads of room for them to work on the roof. And you can see just up the top, just hanging up, just where my finger is, that's the hoist that they'll use to rip my roof off once they cut the top out, and then they'll stick the metal frame in. So if you look behind me, you can see the different skins for the roofs that are just there on the tables. It smells of the glue that I remember from when I used to be at school working in the workshop. That glue that I used to sniff, and my teacher used to tell me off for sniffing glue. It smells like that here. There's all the tools and stuff they've got behind up on the workshop for doing all the different bits and pieces on the job. Okay, so in true G-dub fashion, we're going to go behind the scenes. I'm really, really pleased that Max has given us permission to go in here. So this is where they've got all the fiberglass moulds for the different types of roofs. And I'll talk to you about it as we go in. Let's go in and have a look. This is amazing. Check this business out. So there are literally like scores of these huge moulds for different types of vans. They've got T4, T5, short and long wheelbase, T6, Transit Customs, Vivaros, long and short wheelbase as well. And basically this is where they lay the fiberglass into all these different moulds. So they manufacture their own products. That's the thing that's really key. So completely from manufacturing to fitting, they're in control of the whole supply line. That means they're able to give a really, really good price. But also if you have any problems, you're not having them have to go back to their supplier, because actually they do everything. So that's a really key thing. That was key for me in my decision to come here. So in the second part of this second warehouse, this is all the racking where they have all the different types of skins, all in their original gel coating. And then what the team here do, they colour code it as part of the sale. So mine's going to be just like the normal grey white, but if you've got some special unique colour, they'll colour code it for you as part of the deal. So that's really, really good. Okay, I don't know if you can see that right behind me, but these are the metal frames that basically, when they cut the roof off, take the roof off the van, these are the frames that they drop in that strengthen the hole that's here. And then once that's bonded in and all fixed in nice and tight, then the roof gets connected onto that, and then up it goes. It's a really good setup. They reckon it'll take a day to fit the roof. So thankfully the guys have offered to give me a lift into town, which is a nice little bit of service. The local town's probably about 3-4 miles away, so sort of a 10-15 minute journey. And yeah, I've got an overnight hotel booked through booking.com for about 50 quid, which isn't too bad. And then I'll come back in the afternoon tomorrow once it's all done. We'll check it all out. And then the long journey home. Okay, so I'm in my hotel room where I stayed last night. I'm going to be, excuse me, going to be picking up the van a little bit later today, maybe this afternoon. Just had breakfast, it was amazing. Check this out. Breakfast. I've just got my iPad here and I'm on their website. Yesterday I was talking to Max, who's one of the guys who runs Austops, and I was asking him
about some of the unique selling points of different roofs, because I find it really confusing. I'm not sure about you, but there's so many different types. There's like SCA roofs, Remo roofs, there's the high-low ones. You've got guys like Austops, Vermoose, loads of other ones as well, Auto House. And it's hard really to sort of compare them. A lot of them are manufactured in Europe. With the effects of Brexit hitting the exchange rates between the pound and the euro, actually it's meant that fitting things like Remos and other ones that are made in Europe, because of the extra cost of importing them, it's actually driven the prices up, which is bad if you want that type of roof. But actually for Austops, because they manufacture their own product, they create their own roofs in-house in the UK, they control the supply line from manufacture right through to fitting. That means that it keeps their costs low, and it also means that the guys in Europe want to buy their roofs from the UK because it's cheaper. So they are experiencing a real increase in sales, which is brilliant for them. Their product's really good. It comes with a 5-year guarantee. A lot of companies offer sort of 2-year, 3-year. Some offer just a 1 year. I wouldn't want to be paying money just for a 1-year guarantee, thousands of pounds. 5-year guarantee, which I think is 3 years on the labour and 5 years on all the parts, which is great. And it's particularly considering it's in like the lower price range, so you can get a long wheelbase roof fitted for about £2,500. If you check out their website, it's austops.co.uk. One of the other things they said actually was about the canvas. So you've got the canvas that goes all around the roof when it pops up. The one that Austops use is like a marine grade one, so it's kind of like, it's not permeable, so it's waterproof, which is really good. You think the weather in the UK, it's always raining, and so one of the things that this is really good at, it keeps the water out. What can happen with some canvas roofs is they actually get really heavy when they get wet, and that weight pulls on the seams and it basically can rip them over time. A bit like old style tents, you know, you remember they would always have rips and holes in them and the water comes in. Same with pop top roofs. You want to avoid those canvases that can get really heavy. Also they have gas struts that help the roof pop up, and they've got metal fixings rather than plastic ones, so they'll last a lot longer, they won't break. And they also have scissor hinges, just as standard. A lot of companies charge extra for those. You can pay a bit extra, get a roof bed in there. That's what I'm going to have, just somewhere to sleep rather than having it popped up just to cook and to stand. But primarily for me, it's actually going to be about that. I hate being in a camper van all bent over, getting a bad back after a week in there, just trying to cook some bacon. So that's going to be really exciting as well. So really looking forward to it. Check out their website. If you have any questions, it's probably worth ringing them up, have a quick chat. One of the things I was really impressed with, actually, just going and have a little look at their unit, basically a huge barn, which I've just shown you, is just how big their setup is. You know, we're not talking about a small company. They've been going for about 7 years. They've got a really strong product, great reputation, really good after sales. So if you do encounter any problems, they'll sort it out straight away. So for me, it was kind of an easy choice to go with these guys based on the amount of money I was prepared to spend. I'm back at Austops, very excited. I've just been in to see the van. I'm going to show you guys. Are you ready for this? Ding, 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 ding. So here we are, and the van is done. As you can see, it looks very different. It's got the pop top on the top, courtesy of Austops, and let's have a little look and see what it looks like when it is up. And there we go, check that out. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm really pleased with it. It's a thing of sheer beauty. So no, this is amazing, really pleased. The guys got it turned around in 2 days for me. I came up here, dropped it off at 9 o'clock, stayed in nearby Selby. They picked me up and I'm here, it's 2:30. So a day and a half, all done, all finished. They've shown me how it goes up and down. This canvas is a marine canvas, so it's completely waterproof. The whole thing comes with a 5-year warranty, which is great. Aftercare, wash and wax the roof at least once a year. There's a particular couple of things you need to do when you're putting the roof up and down, just to make sure it's not going to catch up in the hinges. But inside there's basically an elastic thread that pulls the inside, and a bit like bellows, pulls the inside of the canvas in. So as the roof comes down, the canvas pulls in. It's got a bed with a pneumatic strut, it's got memory foam in there, it's got scissor hinges on the back. Just looks really good. They've colour coded it to the same colour as my van. So let's have a little bit of a closer look
That's the next day. I've gone home and I thought I would show you a little bit what it looks like inside. So here we go. There is the roof. You can see it's trimmed in the same colour as all my carpeting there. What I've done, I've asked them not to completely trim all this. Now ideally what you want to do is get your roof on before you do anything else, so then you can actually carpet. If I show you on this side, this works quite well. You can obviously then carpet all the way up along here. This roof actually pushes up, so this is a bed. If I show you, I'll creep up. There's a little hole just up here. If you see, this is the cab. I've actually got the roof up outside, and so we stand up here, and so there's a whole bed system here that's on gas struts. I'll just push that up and you can see, check that out. So that goes up, there's these two gas struts, they've got metal fixings. That's really cool. I've obviously got full height, able to stand up in the back, so when I've got all my cooker and everything back in here, I can cook. There are these windows that open up, there's one on either side, which is really great, get some air in, and there's another big one just out on the front of the van as well. Yeah, really pleased for it. The finishing of what they've done is excellent. My job really is just to retrim this a little bit. Ideally what would happen is if you were getting it installed somewhere, you get someone to pop the roof on, and at the same time probably permanent carpet it, or just get it back yourself full bare and then carpet it yourself in your preferred colour. But yeah, this is excellent. Not much more to say other than it's up. Looks really good. Have a little bit of a close-up from the outside. The way the roof goes up and down, I'll just try and show you quickly on here, but there's basically these straps that go all the way up to the top. Now these both just get pulled down, both together at the same time, and then what happens, there is across the side of the van, there's this it's like basically like a little bungee strap which you attach from side to side when this roof's down. So if I pull this down, just to show you how it goes, so there's this bungee strap which you just pull across, and I'm going to put you on here, and that basically just hooks on there. As you can see, that is hooked on across there. And now what happens is, as I pull these two straps that are just behind me, you can see them there, there's about a foot and a half. I'm going to actually film myself standing the other way, pulling it down, and you can just see. So just very slowly I'm pulling this down, making sure that this is all folded up all nice and neatly. That bungee strap has now pulled the sides in, and that's on the outside where the hinges are. So if I show you, you can see there the canvas is pulled in away from the hinges, so they're not going to catch on there, and so when the roof comes down, that's not going to rip. Once that's all pulled down, you then just grab these pulleys here and you fold them up, and then you just tuck them up neatly there. Job done. What I'm going to do, obviously I'll do another little review video at some point once I've actually had a chance to use it properly, once all the units are back in, maybe when I've slept in it, and then we can do just like a little review on that, just see what it's like actually in practice. Okay, thanks for watching.